dude, it's hard. There's things that are going to come that are going to try to stop you, and it's all tests. It's all tests to see if you really want what you really are asking for.
For people who have tried and failed, you know, and tried again and failed again, yeah, maybe you got to change it up. You got to learn something new. You know, change up what you think you know.
NB is changing, evolving, getting better because of all the people that keep rolling with us and keep motivating and inspiring us as well to just keep pushing. All right. Now we are back, and we are back with another episode. Baldy Boys are here, episode 33, and
in the new studio. The HQ.
Like we said, I think we've changed setups fucking 5 times or something like that. 4 or 5 times.
Something like that.
But
we brought the tables back.
Yeah, we brought the tables back. And this is going to be a new spot for us to be able to tell our stories and share all the lessons we learn and have some guests in and share their stories and their lessons. And this is going to be that area and that spot for us to do that. And we appreciate you guys joining us again for another one. And like we always say, this is where we're going to share our stories and our lessons of our journey to help you on yours. So today, well, first off, we want to talk about, you know, the move is complete.
Yeah. We turned in the keys,
cleaned up, painted,
swept,
didn't mop, tore some walls up a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
And your boy over here wanted to pull a hook off with some...
But just mass strength.
And I thought mine was bad, but his was...
You had like a quarter-size chip on the wall. And then I just had to outdo you. One up you on that one.
Of course.
Hopefully they don't take it out of our deposit.
Fucking bum. Money.
But yeah, the move is complete. You did a lot of work. Kudos. Shout out to you for doing most of that.
No, it is.
I came in when I could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he gets to choose when he comes in.
But I did do a few dump runs.
yeah, shit had to get done. So, you know, I was moving slowly, like every day, just getting little by little out. And I felt like that was the easiest way instead of trying to, I mean, we had that one day or 2 days where we moved like bigger stuff and then
saved us money.
Yeah, because we were about to get like a U-Haul and stuff like that. See, dealing with what you got, working with what you got, you know. So, move is done. We're in the new spot. New spot is about 95% done.
I got a glimpse of it in the videos, the last 2 videos.
Mm-hmm. And then this podcast will probably come out after the grand opening, but the grand opening is happening in a week from today, which is the day we're recording. And details about that came out. I want to tell you guys all about that when it happens. It's a long time coming, man. Like, if you guys remember, like, we came from the garage. We wanted to move into a warehouse because we were printing a lot of our own stuff, and we just needed a bigger workspace and a place to ship orders out. And now we've kind of moved on to where we want to have more of a retail area type spot, you know. So
yeah, it turned out pretty decent.
Yeah, and
we're just looking at a new piece that we want to add to the retail side of it. So
just to showcase more items, because there's still, you know, not enough space or, you know, display area for us to put stuff out. But we figured that out, and we're gonna get that done. But, you know, it's just moving and trying to get better along the journey, man, because there's a lot of things that have happened that could have put us out, could have stopped us, and a lot of issues that we had to come across. And we just kind of, not that we bypassed them, but we figured out how to solve those problems, and we just kept going. And that's kind of the part that I love showing to everybody. It's like, dude, it's hard. There's things that are going to come that are going to try to stop you. And it's all tests. It's all tests to see if you really want what you really are asking for. And we show these things because we want to show you that a lot of these things are possible. Like, we're 2 dumb, bald-headed fucking dudes, man. Like, and we just keep trying to put it together. Like, everybody out there can act like they know what's going on. They know everything. Yeah. Nobody knows shit. They just keep trying to figure it out as you go, you know. And that's what we do. Like, we literally just keep trying to figure it out along the way. We don't know everything. Yeah. And it seems like what we're doing and what we're trying to do is helping people, and this is the path that we want to keep going on. So we're in the new spot, and we're gonna keep going. So NB is changing, evolving, getting better because of all the people that keep rolling with us and keep motivating and inspiring us as well to just keep pushing. So thank you guys again. You know, the brand really wouldn't be where it is without you guys. So thank you. Today we want to talk about something that I feel like is important because this is like, pretty much always been our main focus and the reason why we started NB, right? We were workout partners and we were just trying to get big and fucking strong, right? But it's kind of shifted a little different for us, you know. It's way more about the health and, you know, staying fit, staying active, what the fitness side kind of brings to our mental, right? And we want to talk about this because of what, you know, fitness has kind of brought us. Not kind of, but it really has brought us. Yeah. And what it's brought us to understand, which is health is the foundation of our life. It is everything. It is part of everything that we do, you know? And the better that we understand this, especially as Pacific Islanders, because we know that health is and fitness is a huge issue in our, you know, in our culture, people, in our culture. Like, it's not that it might seem sometimes like it's looked down upon, you know, which is a bad thing because, like I just said, health is the foundation, right? Yeah. And
what do you mean?
Just because, you know, because you're going outside of the norm. The norm. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what. Okay. And because most people, especially at our age, right? Most people look at like and even this was me too. Once I hit 30, I thought, you know, like I'm not.
It really.
Why do all that? You know.
Yeah. You really start to. I know once I hit 30, I started to feel, a little bit of a slowdown. You know what I mean? Some stuff hurts a little longer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For me, I couldn't run. Yeah. You know, to save my life. So, yeah, that's kind of where you start to feel that's where I started to feel the slowdown, which is kind of crazy because 30s for other people, that's your prime. Mm-hmm. You know.
And I mean, we've kind of figured that out. We've kind of learned that it is like, I wouldn't even say it's the prime. It's where the prime of you trying to, or really figuring it out that how important it really is. Yeah. Because even me at 30, never had crazy injuries, or before that, never had crazy injuries until I hit 30, back, knees, ankles, shoulders, like everything was hurting. But a lot of that was because of the stuff I was eating. I was drinking a lot, you know, not working out as much, not working out in a smart way either, you know, and these are the lessons that I've learned, especially in these past couple of years, how to pace, how to, you know, really be effective with it and not just go, all right, we're going to go heavy all the time. We're going to do this all the time. Really knowing what your body needs, what you need to eat, stuff like that. You know, this is really important stuff that, you know, we're not normally hearing. You know, nobody's really talking about, especially in our culture, you know. And this is something that we wanted to bring up because it really goes into our daily routines and what we do. And the reason why I feel, and I think about this like almost every morning, right? So I work out every morning. Something gets done every morning. I show that. And like I say, it's just to show there's consistency there. And it doesn't matter what I feel like. It doesn't matter what's going on outside of me. The stuff that I know needs to get done gets done because it's for the long-term vision of the person that I want to be. Yeah. It has nothing to do with today. It has nothing to do with just tomorrow. It's a long-term vision of who I want to be. And it's a very little thing, but it's very important to me, you know. So every morning after I work out, I finish my workout, go back inside, drink my protein shake, drink some water, and I go and take a shower. Get dressed. So I'm getting ready for work, right? Get dressed, and I kiss my family before I walk out the door, right? And so my youngest son, his bed, he has one of those like, what do you call that? Lightning McQueen beds that sits real low on the ground, right? And I remember there was a time before, like, where every time I would bend down to just give him a kiss on the it was heavy, man. It hurt. My back's hurting, my knees are hurting, and it's like it was hard as hell just to do that. Now, none of that's
a crazy thought because you're not even that
it wasn't
big of a guy. Even when before all this, you weren't even that big of a guy.
But I had a lot of aches and pains, had a lot of stuff that I could have easily avoided. But I don't have that stuff anymore because I take better care of myself, And it's not that, I do anything extreme. It's just that I do the little things that make a huge difference, Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks again for tuning in to another episode. If you enjoyed the Nesian Build podcast and you want to help us spread the word, it'd help us out a lot if you leave us a review, a rating, a like, subscribe, even a share on any platform that you're listening on. Again, we really appreciate your time. Let's get back to the episode.
So that's a big thing for me. Every morning now, I have to bend over, kiss him. And it's just dude, it's crazy how that little thing just used to suck for me, just little pains for a couple seconds that didn't have to really be there if I just did little things to make a difference for my body. And then you think about everything else that you do. It's not just about little things like that. It's about the relationships that you have with people, man. Yeah. If you understood that food played a role in your moods, in the way you react to things, stuff like that. It's just crazy, man. Because if you you go into your days just grumpy, just pissed off,
feeling sluggish, feeling slow, cranky. Yeah.
How do you react to things? How do you react to situations every day, right? And that's kind of me. If I don't get a workout in the morning, this is a big reason why I work out every morning. If I don't get a workout in the morning and I don't, get those endorphins going and I don't get a sweat in and stuff like that and get my body moving before I go to work, I know that it's probably not going to be a great day. I know that I'm probably not going to have a great attitude, which I can, the attitude is all in my control. I can adjust that. I can still make it so that, I have a better attitude. Yeah. But I also know that if I did what I was supposed to do in the morning, I would have had a good attitude either way. I mean, anyway, it would have
made you feel better.
I would have just felt better, just breaking the sweat. So it's those things, just and then taking advantage of every day, just getting better every day. That's the whole goal. And then if you can react to things better, you can respond to things better. Life is better.
Life is better.
Life is fucking
I will
better.
say though, there's definitely different levels to that though too. For people who have never done anything like that or are just starting out, you don't have to how do you say it? Do a full 180. Even the little things add up.
Yeah. Just
the little increments, little things that you can change every day can still add up to a win by the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're obviously at a different level than me. Mm-hmm. I'm still struggling to find my groove, to figure that part out. But I think for people who are out there wanting to start or trying to start, it can be overwhelming listening even to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Making sure you get your workout done every day before you even start work. For some people, I know for me, for the longest, that's a chore in itself,
Yeah.
Trying to get up and get all that done, then still have to go through a work day, dealing with the everyday stress of work and then life. It's a lot. It can be a lot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of little things you can do to improve over time to eventually get to, where you're at.
And it's not even trying to get. I don't think anybody has to do the shit. Like I always say, nobody has to do the shit that I'm doing or I'm trying to do, right? Yeah. That's on me. That's the standard that I set for myself. Right. It has nothing to do with other people. But my thing is showing that, if I can do it every day, what makes it so that you can't do it 3 times a week, something like that. Like we said, just the little changes make huge differences in your life overall. Yeah. Overall, right? And I know most people, for real, because I was in the same place. It's not like I didn't come from that, I came from where I would go to the gym 3 months straight, stop. I'd take a 3-4 month break and go back, do the same thing over and over again. That was what I was doing. It's not like I don't know what that feels like. I know exactly what that feels like. Working out and fitness has always been a part of me, but I've also been in, not as consistent as how I am now, because I just know what's important to me. I know the mission that I'm on. I know the vision that I have long-term for myself. So I know that it's necessary for me to do all these things. I don't think it's necessary for everybody to do this, but I think there are little things that are necessary for people to get more out of their life by doing just these little things. Like I said,
That's what I was leaning toward. Yeah, that's what I was kind of leaning more towards.
And it's like, just like, I'm not even just like, bro, like even like lifting weights, I think is great for people. I think going to the gym and doing some strength training stuff, it's probably one of the best things you could ever do. But if all you can do is walk, like just get a walk in. Like if you can do that, if you can get a 20-minute walk every day, 3 times a week, something that is better than not doing anything is better for yourself. Like I'm telling you, like that's the point I want to get across. Do something as often as you can.
Yeah. Whatever you can do. Not whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, that's why I also show like that you can make it seem like you can't do those things, right? You can make all the excuses, but people will sit there and say, I can't do it because I don't have time. But the time is used in other ways that aren't beneficial to you at all, you know? And that's that's why I like to show, like, every day the workout gets done. And I have kids, I have my family, I have a full-time job, and I run this shit every day, you know? Every day I feel like something has to get done, you know? And like I said, you don't have to go to the extreme of what, you know, I'm trying to do, but you should be able to do a little bit, you know? We all have 24 hours. We all have different things going on in our lives, but you can make it happen, you know, just doing a little bit. Because like I just said, like we've been talking about, it's the foundation to everything that you do. It is the foundation of everything that you do. If you were sick, right, that affects everything around you, your family. Your family has to adjust their lifestyle because of you, right? Yeah. If you had some kind of, which is shitty, right? Just to even just think about, if you had some diagnosis over something, what's the biggest thing right now let's say American citizens in the Pacific Island community? What's the biggest health issue that we have? Do you know?
Obesity or something with the heart.
Heart, yeah. You have heart problems, right? Cardiovascular issues, right? So if I know that, I got it right. How easy is it to, and this is something that, most people won't even take into consideration. They won't even think about it. Nobody's even told them. And if I'm not talking about it because it's normal, it's like, okay, I'm going to turn 45 and I'm going to have heart problems. Like, that shouldn't be a fucking norm, bro. Like, that shouldn't be a norm for our people. That shouldn't be a norm for your family to be just expecting you to be sick, like at 45, 50 years old. That shit is crazy. Yeah. While you have other races out here, 70 years old, out here working like they're 35. Yep. Dude, it's crazy to me that I don't want to be part of that for my family. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be following that kind of, that path. Yeah. And put my family in a situation like that, you know? So if I know that, what can I do? I can eat a little bit better. I can not smoke. And I know smoking sounds like it's a lung thing. It's a heart issue. It brings heart issues for damn sure. And I can walk. I can do some cardiovascular stuff, which I do a lot of. Obviously, everybody knows that. Yeah. And I lift weights, right? Like, so what can you do to avoid those problems that everybody else is dealing with, that we know are big issues in our community, right? Yeah. Heart problems, biggest problems, biggest killer of of society today. Yeah. How do you avoid that? Exercise, a little bit of diet, you know, this is just a little bit, you know? Yeah. And if you know that these are the issues and you can stray away from that, just do the little stuff. The little stuff make the huge difference in your life and the lives of people around you. You're in a better mood, you affect people around you with the better mood, you know? Yeah. You have positive, you have a positive outlook on life because you are doing these things, and you might think that, oh, because AJ wakes up at 4:00 in the morning every day. He fucking hates it. He probably hates waking up in the morning. I do, but I do it anyway because it makes me feel good for the other fucking 20 hours of that day where I'm constantly going, right? And I'm constantly getting stuff done. That sets the tone every morning. That workout, the run, that sets the tone for my day to accomplish more shit by probably 9:00 than most people do in their whole day. Yeah. That's my standard, you know? And your standard doesn't have to be that, but your standard could be a little bit higher for yourself than where you've already set it right now, you know? Then biggest thing right there.
You're saying something's better than nothing.
Every day, right? Just something every day. You can do something for yourself to better yourself every day. You can choose not to eat a certain thing every day. You don't have to fucking not completely change your diet.
There's a quote I heard from Sally McRae.
Mm.
I don't know if I said it here already.
Never.
She says, something is better than nothing, and done is better than perfect.
Boom.
You know,
boom.
It wasn't perfect, but it's done.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, bro. And I was actually just thinking about something like that on my run the other day. So I've already kind of figured out the way my runs go, right? So Sundays are my long runs. You know, that's now it's around 14 to going to 21 miles range, right? And
for your marathon training?
From a marathon training.
Oh, okay.
Right. So my Sunday runs are they range from 14 to 21 miles, right?
Yeah.
So my legs get, pretty hit on that, right? It's a good long runs. It's a lot of time on my feet. Then my next run is until Tuesday. I lift weights on Monday. My next run is on Tuesday. My Tuesday runs are not, those should be at marathon pace, but I can feel the fatigue set from Sunday. So those runs, sometimes I hit my marathon pace, sometimes I don't. I don't want to over push it because, like I said, I don't want to get injured. I feel that.
We learned that lesson already.
Yeah. So I get close to the marathon pace that I'm supposed to run. If it's not, it's okay. That's where we're sitting, right? And then Wednesdays I have my sprints. Sprints is where it feels like Tuesday I loosen my legs up again, broke up the lactic acid. Wednesday I go into my sprints. Sprints really break it up for me, and they get my feet at a different pace than and that's only once a week, where they're at a pace that I don't run at all any other days, right?
Yeah.
Friday's usually my best runs. Fridays is that's the last run of the week. Best runs because went through all the work for the week, got the sprints in, different pace, different work. And then Friday comes along, run feels really good. Might be a little tired, but the legs feel great, right? Yeah. And you can still just get through it. So it's just knowing where you're at, knowing how to build, like how your body's going to react towards all this stuff. And I've kind of just like learned that. And you only get to learn that if you're doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
If you're putting in the work and the miles and all that stuff. So and that's why I always say, like, my attitude, like, I don't, like, the other day, was it Tuesday? I did not feel like running, bro. Like, I had a great 18-mile run on Sunday. Tuesday, I woke up, it was raining, first off, and I have a 6-mile run. Like, it's raining, it's cold outside. I think it was like 30 degrees that morning.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to do it. But it doesn't matter how I feel.
That's hard to get over.
It's not if you just keep doing it. And
I
understand where you come. It is hard.
When you start out, that's very hard. Because even me, I've gotten to that point where I'd get up early and get it done no matter what. But then, I've fallen back. And now it's like, sometimes when you fall back, it gets harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I totally understand where you're coming from. But the only difference between me and you when it comes to that is I told myself a year ago, it doesn't matter. And I just go do it anyway. Yeah. And I've built that over time, right? To where now there's no debate, right? It's like I posted the other day. My bitch voice talks to me a lot less now. It tries to come in, but you don't stand a chance. I'm not gonna bow into that because I know what I need to do, especially after failing that marathon. I know what I need to do. I'm not missing out on shit. I'm not gonna, I'm trying my best not to hurt myself and stuff, get injured and shit like that again.
Yeah.
But the thing is you have to do it for a long time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to, like, it's a constant battle every day, right? And we're just constantly telling ourselves, like, you don't have to do it. It's cold outside. It's raining. You don't have to. But how many times have I won that battle,
Yeah.
When you keep winning that battle between, your bitch voice trying to talk to you, it gets to a point where it doesn't matter. And I already know, because the world doesn't give a shit about my feelings. Nobody gives a shit about my feelings. The only thing that matters is the results that I'm putting out and the work that I'm doing. And the work's going to get done. If I already know the work's going to get done, then I know the results will come, So that's all in my head every time. Like, I'm telling you, there's way more days than not that I don't want to do it, right? Especially when it comes to running, bro. Like, right now, the running, it doesn't feel the best. Like, I've had a lot of good days, with my runs, but I'll go out there in the morning and it's just like, fuck, dude. Like,
it's cold.
It's cold.
Sweat,
I'm sweating.
tired.
Yeah, and then then I got to go to work after this and deal with and that work has been really crazy busy lately. So like just knowing like I could rest a little bit longer, I could sleep a little bit longer than, go into work and deal with that. But I already know if I have to go into that chaos without dealing with my mind, dealing with myself mentally first and getting myself moving in the morning, it's going to be way worse going to work into that, and then that might even bring me to coming in here and half-assing what I have to do here, which I don't want, so it's all just like over time. That's why we always say like these things are not going to come quick. You can have a lot of battles. You can have a lot of those things popping in your head telling you don't have to do it today. You can do it tomorrow. You should be doing that shit right now. Don't
and I know it.
Yeah, and I'm not like it. It is crazy. It is crazy, and I'm not trying to act like like I'm not like what do you call that? Like I have no like empathy for the person that is not at where I am mentally, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like put it out like that. That's not what I mean by any of this. Like I understand, like, but what I'm trying to put out is how I got over it, and how I got over it was constantly telling myself in my bitch voice, I'm winning today. You're not going to beat me. You're not going to tell me I can't, because I will.
Yeah.
And that's what I have to do still to this day. It pops up a lot, and it will, especially during that marathon. I already know the marathon is going to be hard for me, bro. Like I know all the work that I do, I'm going to still go into that marathon. There's going to be a point where I'm going to tell myself, my bitch voice is going to pop up and say, you can slow down. Even if you failed, even if you didn't hit 4 hours, sub 4 hours, nobody would care. And I already know, even if I hit sub 4 hours, bro, nobody gives a shit. I give a shit because I put in the work, and that's something like too, like I'm not attached to that goal, right? Like if I don't make it, then make it, I will still put in my best effort for sure. Yeah. But if I don't, I don't. If I do, great. I did the work. I figured out how to do the work to reach that goal. But it was because the most important thing really is because I did the work throughout. I changed I'm a different person now, right? Yeah. You really think about it.
For sure.
Right? Because of what happened to me last year when I did that and I failed. I've adjusted completely, right? So like I'm doing different things compared to what I did last time I trained for it, right? And we've talked about it a lot. Like I'm stretching at least 5 days a week I'm stretching. Yeah. I'm not running every damn run hard as fuck, like, which I did last time out of ego, right?
Yeah.
I'm only strength training 3 times a week, compound movements only. And I didn't do all that stuff last time. I tried to do all these 2-a-days and stuff like that. Boom. It's figuring these things out along the way. Yeah. And that's why I think like health and like fitness goals like are just, they can set you on a path to like really teach you a lot about your life and how you can figure out problems and how you can solve problems.
Yeah.
And how you just can move through.
I think that's a good thing to bring up too. It's, for people who have tried and failed, and tried again and failed again. Yeah. Maybe you got to change it up. You got to change, you got to learn something new, change up, what you think, and try something else.
Yeah. Like I mean, you like, even when you were, training for your half marathon, right? Just figuring out, how can you best go about this training? So, I mean, you have a really good idea of how you need to train for marathon later this year, right?
Yeah.
So you have a good idea because you did that stuff.
Yeah. It's called an app.
Yeah. But you did the work though. That's the whole thing. The work. Because you understand like how you feel when it comes to that stuff. You understand there's times where it's just really going to suck and you just don't want to.
Yeah.
But you do it. Right? That's the whole point of it. So like, that's why we want to talk about like the health and like the health and fitness stuff just being like the basis of your life. Like I couldn't it, and if we go back, I'm gonna even talk about this stuff because like even these things happening to me didn't change my habits or my behaviors, which led me to different things in my life, right? So I was drinking a lot before, right? A lot. And I used to think it was normal, right? And to our people, it's normal.
Yeah.
Like, and whatever. Like, that's what it is. And that's, that's the thing. Like, our people will get the results that, off their behaviors and their habits. Like, that's just what it is. And we've seen the results of that. I've seen the results in my life of those choices I've made. Right. And so when I was drinking, this was years ago, right? A long time ago. I've had 2 episodes that was really fucking bad when it came to drinking. So we went to Vegas, played in Vegas, had a tournament out there in Vegas. And I've told you this, but went out to Vegas, played. I wasn't like a big water drinker, wasn't paying attention to any of that. I was definitely a beer drinker though. Drinking all day, hot ass sun, playing softball, running around, sweating. And I'm a big sweater too. Big drinker, big sweater. That's not a really good,
not a good combo.
Yeah, good combo right there, So bounce out. We're about to fly back. And me and my wife, we just buy like a bottle because I started feeling a little like dehydrated. So we bought like a bottle of water, like one of those bigger, bottles of water. We kind of drank. We both kind of split it half. Still not a lot of water after sweating and being in the sun all day, right? So on that flight, I'm wearing a jersey, right? I'm not, I should be cool and everything. I pass out and my wife looks at me and I'm pale. Fingertips pale, grayish already. And I'm sure it's dehydration. Could have even been a mini stroke. I don't even know, like a mild stroke. But it was bad. I was sweating my ass off. I was shaking, and I had chest pains. And there's some other issues that were going on that was really scary to me. Like at the time, some uncontrollable things, some things that seemed uncontrollable to me at the time. And that made it, in my mind, even worse. And so I had this little episode on the plane. And I'm sure altitude played a role and all that stuff too, right? But of course, they go, what's that called? A flight attendant comes over, and they're calling for medical assistance and stuff. I hate that.
All the attention's on you.
Yeah, I fucking hate that, right? And like I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. Like, what the hell's wrong with me? Like I'm fucked up right now, Yeah. And then flight attendant comes over. They call medical attention. Some guy comes over, and my wife's she's tripping. Like she doesn't know like what's going on with me and all this stuff. And she looks for somebody else, because we saw people that were on the plane.
Is there a doctor on board?
No, like she knew people from the tournament.
Oh, gotcha.
Some other like Chamorro people, right? And like everybody comes up, and then another dude comes up, and he says he wants to pray for us. Like, dude, I went through all that, and I still just went right back to my habits of like. I don't know what the hell happened to me. Like I knew, but it had to do with drinking though. Like it had to do with drinking and being dehydrated. That was like, yeah, and I had that. And then, that's one thing. And then fucking Arizona, hot ass place too. Right. And I was pretty fit. I was in the army at that time, and I was running a lot. I was pretty fit and still, but drinking a lot, stuff like that. And then over the weekend for that tournament, I passed out the last day. Like the last day I just drinking because it was so damn hot. Drink no water or anything. Passed out like in the middle. Everybody's over me now. Like this, yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, how many episodes of this do I have to go through for me to fucking change my damn habits? This is not normal. This is not what I should be doing. Some of the jobs, like police jobs, I've talked about when I was trying to become a cop. And I was actually just telling this story to like my coworkers. It's like I was trying to become a cop, and I remember they were asking me about, how much do you drink? And, and for me, like, I didn't think it was like a bad thing. I thought it was normal. Like
too honest at that point.
Yeah, I was so honest. Like, I was like, I don't drink during the week, but on the weekends, I probably drink, 12 to 24, 18 to 24 beers, something like that, and
they're like, damn.
Like, it's like, you don't think that's a little excessive? No, I just, I didn't.
It's just the weekends.
It's only on the weekends. I don't drink during the week. I don't drink during work days, so it's not like, I don't think it's a big deal. Bro, it's a ridiculous amount of beer, bro, to be drinking.
That's the whole damn thing, dude.
And guess what? I didn't get the fucking job, bro. Like, that's not the habits of a person that needs to play that role. you know, a person that's, you know, looked up to in the community. A person that has habits like that shouldn't be in that position. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Because even that role itself can cause that already. Yeah. Off the bat from the stress of that type of work.
And imagine if I already drink that much, imagine how much stress that's going to bring me, and then how much more I could drink and cause. And then I could really affect people's lives in a bad way in that position, you know? Yeah. So totally understand why I didn't get that job, you know? Yeah. I wasn't the person that I was supposed to be for that position. So then we fast forward, right, to now. And I just want to bring this up. This is not me. I'm not trying to show off or anything, but when I look at it, it's telling me that my habits are really going in my favor, right? Because it's leading me to more and better, right? So not only do, you know, like, do I feel better and I'm able to be more productive, and am I able to, you know, just get more stuff done and be more effective, be a better just person, but more money comes along with those kind of actions, right? I might be working out at home, you know, nobody sees what I'm doing there. I might be running in the dark all by myself. Nobody sees that stuff. Yeah. But what that brings me is the productivity of what I'll bring throughout the day and wherever I go, like my job. Yeah. Right. So my job has this like little bonus thing that they give out basically every year. And I've only been with them for about, I think it was like maybe 10 months before. No, 8 months. Yeah. When I was going to say 7, but yeah, it's like 7 or 8. Right. And or the end of that, where they basically calculate from to the end of the year, right? And that's based off performance. And it's based off, you know, showing up. I've never been late to this place. I've missed work one day, and that was just coming off of Labor Day weekend. And yeah, I've missed that one day. But I show up every day at the same time. I'm there on time, and I leave on time. I get everything done that they asked me to get done. I don't complain, don't bitch, just do the damn thing, right? And that showed in the bonus that I got. Yeah. You know, and it's what I'm getting is not the norm for what they give. So,
like if they would give to an average person.
Yeah, to somebody that's not trying to be as productive or be as effective for the company as I'm trying to be. Believe me, I fucking don't like going to work. Like if you fucking understand, like if you understand this, like I'm telling you, you know it, right? I hate that I have to go to a job and spend my energy on something that I don't want to do, right? And I'd rather spend my energy in other ways, like building Nesian Built.
You've said that for a long time.
I've said that for a long time, and that's why I keep working towards it. I know this is all it's all part of the journey. I understand that. That's why I do it, and I try to do my best at it, no matter what. I hate it every day. I don't want to do it. That's 8 hours that I don't want to do that every fucking day. But I go and I do it, and I be the best at it that I can be, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like I said, nobody gives a fuck about how I feel about it. They only give a fuck about the results that I bring to them. And the results brought me more money. Yeah. Right. So that's why we say like all like the health shit, me working out and stuff makes it so that I can fucking do that job pretty damn effective. Mm-hmm. You know, I got to climb in and out of a truck. I got to load and unload shit. I got to do like all these things. And because I take care of myself, I can do that job more effectively.
You do a lot of driving too, yeah?
You do a lot of driving too.
So you know what comes with that usually is,
falling asleep.
Right? Fall asleep. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just those things, man. Like little differences, little changes make huge differences. So I'm not going to tell you guys how much fucking money they're giving you, but, you know, it just comes along with the habits that you bring into your life, you know? Yeah. And I mean, even you, like you've seen, like imagine like how uncomfortable you are to say that, right? Like with interviews and stuff like that.
I hate that shit.
And you hate it, right?
Yeah, I just recently got a job, and leading up to that interview, dude, I was just nervous as hell. Mm-hmm. Lately, even before the half marathon, I was nervous as hell, man. It's just like, what the heck is wrong with me? But I knew, you know, everything will be fine. It's just the way I'm feeling right now. Yeah. I'll get through it. You know, and then as soon as the time hits, it's gone. That nerves is just like, out the window. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because I talked to my boss too a couple of days ago about that process. And I told him how nervous I was. Mm. He's like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. When we were doing the interview, he said, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I mean, leading up to it, I was a mess. You know, just the butterflies in your stomach the whole time, just the anticipation of everything. You know, what if they ask me this, or what if I fumble on this? But as soon as that, it was over the, what do you call it? It was a
Zoom.
Oh,
yeah.
As soon as that thing came on, HR came on, I was like, okay, game time.
Yeah.
You know, lights, camera, action. And the nerves were just, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's now I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
It's either I'm going to deliver this and get the job, or I'm going to fail and go back to my last job, which I didn't want to be there.
Yeah, and you know, like I mean, it's weird because we're going into like talking to people, but it's and like interviews, but it's, I think for me at least, it's kind of like a confidence and awareness thing
for
like interviews and like just talking to people. Like I used to be the kind, because I'm introverted. Like I know that I'm very aware of that.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like talking to people and stuff like that, like it is kind of uncomfortable, hard, you know, but in interviews, I was always like super nervous about it.
Yep.
And of course you still get a little anxious, right?
Yep.
Even me for like the races and stuff, I still get anxious and everything like that. But it's like, for me, it's like, bro, either way, it's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. If I prepare, you know, it's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. Because then I look back at all the jobs and stuff that I didn't get. There's a reason why I didn't get any of those damn jobs when I interviewed for them, right? I mean, me and you interviewed for a job, the same job together too. We didn't get it. I
totally bombed that one interview.
Yeah.
Bad.
So, but there's a reason. I always feel like there's a reason. You're just not a fit. It's not your time. The timing is not right for you to be in that position, you know, be in that space. And I look back at all that. It's like, dude, if I actually got that job, my life would be totally different right now. You know, like I don't know, better or worse, you know, but I like where I'm at now. You know, I like where I'm at. And it's the same thing with like losing my job over there at that place, you know, and it's like that. Like I can
definitely see it right when you mentioned that. That's exactly what popped into my head.
Yeah.
Two different, you're in a multi-universe. You're two different people right now, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, you've seen it, you know exactly what I was doing, what I was talking about, you know, the habits that I had, you know, and I might have had like a similar mentality kind of, you know, but the habits were very different.
Yeah. You know? I don't think you were where you're at now back then yet.
Yeah.
Because I think that kind of sparked where you're at now.
Yeah.
You know,
big time. Like I think that instance, that fucking circumstance really like opened my eyes to.
That was a shift. That was definitely what is it called? Like a milestone or you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Changing point.
Yeah. And I think that really like opened my eyes to like, I need to take more control of my shit, you know, and don't let like external circumstances like control my shit. Yeah. Nobody can tell me where and what I can't do, you know, and that's why I fucking jumped on the path, you know, 75 hard jump started it all. And that really opened my damn eyes. Yeah. That really opened my eyes to like, shit, dude, I didn't think I was capable of these things, you know? Yeah. And it just let us, and other people, like, that's the best part. Like, this is why we like to document it, right? Because those same habits, those same, you know, experiences that I've had and we're able to share have opened other people's eyes and have gotten people into better circumstances for themselves and on a journey to better themselves and even just think about doing other things. Like that's, if I didn't go through that, right? If I didn't go through what I had to go through and then decide that I'm not going to be that fucking person anymore, and I didn't change into what I'm changing into now and who I want to be down the road, and I didn't decide to share all this stuff, and we didn't decide to, you know, document this stuff, well, we hadn't made, like, would these other people been affected? If we were just selling shirts, would we affect the people? No. Like, there's more to it than that, right? So we share it and we help other people, like, realize, like, I was thinking that same way. I can do more, you know? Yeah. So that's why the habits and the foundation, you understanding that the health and, you know, fitness is the foundation of everything else that you can do in your life. Yep. You know, and that's literally how we jump started, you know, everything that we do now. Like, and that's a real solid base of what we do. You know, it's like, of course, a lot of things that we share is fitness based, but that because your health is the base of it all, right? It's gonna bleed into everything else that you do. And you think about it, like just a confidence level, man. Like I notice when we go around, I'm sure even with you sometimes, like when you go talk to somebody, it's like I've noticed when I talk to people now, like the first thing they want to bring up is fitness, like because that's like kind of what they identify with me, right? Yeah. They want to bring up fitness. I'm not asking you about it. I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to make anybody uncomfortable. Like I said, I'm an introvert, so when we're talking, I'm just talking about, we're just trying to have good conversation, stuff like that. But for some reason, they feel it's necessary to bring up fitness or I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. That's great. I want you to do that too. Like, if you understand me and where I'm coming from, I want you to do that too, because I know it's better for you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the hard part, is where people that say they want to start, and what I know they're capable of and what I believe they're capable of doing, I don't think they really understand it like I do and what it can do for them. And that's the pain. That's the thing that pains me a lot, is that I understand what we're talking about and what I do on a daily basis, what it can do for you if you did it. Like, and I just wish you felt the way that I feel every day and the way that I'm able to go throughout my days. That's all I'm hoping. Because I know I can look at you and I can almost tell, I know how your days go. Yeah. And like how much you're moving, how much you're, sweating, and how much you're like.
Maybe that's why people bring that up, because they can tell that you're, you're reading them. You're like, oh fuck.
I'm not like trying to, But like I kind of understand it because I was there. Like I understood when I woke up and I was just sluggish, and then
you recognize those things in other people. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like not that I'm trying to, but I know. Like, and then as soon as like something's spoken, or the way you speak about things, the way you talk about just even if you're just talking about people. Like I already know where your mind's at. Your mind's not on the right things. Your mind's not on, what you should be taking care of for yourself, for your family, and stuff like that. And then, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to like judge people when these things happen, but I know, like, and I know I can almost immediately tell, like, if like the vibe that you get from someone, based off the things that start coming out of their mouth, because of the things that they think about and the way, because they'll tell a story and then they tell how they respond to it. I can tell that there's certain habits that you don't have that would have affected that in a different way, that could have brought you to react or respond in a different way. Yeah. And it might just been having a workout, understanding and having empathy for another person. Like it's very hard for me to like, like nowadays, like it's hard for me to be like really pissed off about other people not doing shit or just doing dumb shit. Yeah. Like, because I understand you're probably not in the place that I'm at, or like where I understand it a little bit better than you. And I know that it's not a personal thing. It's your issue that you need to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not judging nobody. I don't ever sit there and just judge people about that. Like we have conversations, and there's things that I just notice, and because I've put myself on a path to better myself. I understand where I came from, and then where it's like led me to, and the things that I always talk about, like the things that I put in my head. I don't listen to fucking
I kind of see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Like when someone's talking to you, you're kind of breaking it down, and like you're just recognizing that where they're at, what you're relating to. Where they're at. Yeah. Because of where you've been before. Mm-hmm. And then that the potential for them is so much more. Yes. What you're saying. Yeah.
And that's what I always say. Like because it's like I have that, and then I fucking can, like I can feel it, right? And I can I understand it, that it's like, fuck, man. I just, like, all I'm thinking is like, I wish there was a way I could
show you this,
or tell you, but I don't want to tell people I'm not trying to tell people how to live their lives. Like, you fucking, however you want to be happy, like, do your thing. Yeah. But I'm the type that just wants better for you. So if I want better for you, I just want to wish I could just convey how can I convey to help you to be better, And that's it. Yeah. But I don't want to come off like, because I don't fucking know everything. All I can do is convey how I've done it myself.
Even when you do that, though, some people are not open to the idea. Mm-hmm. They have to be open-minded on their end as well to receive that. Otherwise, you're just talking to a closed door. Yeah, you know,
and that happens more often than not. That's it is just what it is with society. a lot of people are content, and that's okay, you know. And and that's what life should be. If you're happy and you're content with where you're at, be that. But if you are the type of person that wants more for yourself, and you wonder why don't I make more money? Why don't I do, why do I have all these problems in my life? And I just I want these kind of problems to go away. There's ways to get over that shit. And that usually starts with you. You can blame it on other people that are around you. That starts with you. It really starts with you. And the foundation of that is your health and your damn fitness. And, the things that you put in your body, the things that you put in your mind. Like, what are the types of stuff that you're watching? What are the type of stuff that you're listening to on a daily basis? Yeah. Like, I don't speak to a lot of people every day. Like, you really think about it, man. Like, the type of stuff that's in my head is from people. Like, my circle is, it's crazy to think about. Like, I think my friends are the people that I listen to on podcasts every day I'm dating. Like,
my friends, yeah. Well, I got some friends too myself.
Like, imagine, I spend about 15 hours a day, bro, like, by myself, probably, most likely, right? Around 12 to 15 hours.
Your drive to and from home.
Yeah, I wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm working out, exercising by myself. I go to work. I'm driving by myself. I'm loading the truck up, unloading by myself. Yeah. And I'm here in the shop a lot by myself, a lot of that time is spent by myself. So these conversations that I have with myself, I got to battle, right? The stuff that I listen to, like podcasts and stuff like that, that's the stuff that's coming into my head and going into my head. So
you're programming yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's funny you bring that up, because I actually, my brother is helping one of my cousins work out, on his journey, on his path. And I just texted him that the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, obviously, besides listening to your cousin's podcast, Nesian Bill podcast, do you listen to any other ones?
Yeah.
And I don't think he does. So I was just trying to, let him know that those things help, because you start to learn from other people's experiences.
Yeah.
Something might click with them that you're doing, and how do they navigate it? So those are a huge help.
Yeah, and that's what people should understand when it comes to and that's why I listen.
I do it too. Yeah, same. Yeah. Through my whole day while I'm doing my job, I just had the earphones in the whole shift almost.
Because you learn that a lot of people that are doing really well in life, they started exactly where you're at. They're no different than you. They just decided to make a couple different choices, and put habits into play into their life that changed the trajectory of their life, and it changed everything. Yeah. Because the habits that you start placing into your life, especially health habits and stuff like that, it'll change. It'll change a lot. Like it can really change, because it's the habits. You're basically doing things that normal, average people that get average results in their life don't do.
Yeah.
So that means you will get above average results in your life. And that's. You listen to different things. Your mind is different. You're going to get different results. It's going to show. Yeah. And I like listening to the stories, because a lot of people that we've talked about and people that we've listened to, they were literally in the same spot I was, especially 3 years ago. Yeah. Like, looking at the way I thought, the things I was doing and stuff like that, they were in the same fucking place.
Yeah.
And it took
Where
them
else
time.
Would you go? Where else would you go to listen to somebody? And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What other podcasts is out there that help?
That I listen to? So I listen to Shout Out.
Yep.
Patriotic,
that's exactly where I was going.
Islander. Patriotic Islander.
Yep.
Wilton Hotel. He's
been on before.
Yeah, he's been on the pod.
He's got 2 episodes.
And he's doing a damn thing, man. Yeah. Like, if you guys...
It's crazy to hear his... I feel like when I listen to his podcast is what other people feel like when they listen to ours sometimes. And the feedback that we get. Because when he starts talking about it too, I'm like, damn, that's a good episode.
Yeah, because, we're talking about it like in a way like we all came from the same fucking place, man.
And he's another one saying, he's another one kind of just
he flipped the script. Yeah, he flipped the script, right? Like, came from the same place, right? Will talks about it too, like how we were just drinking and softball and fucking eating like shit and thinking that we can outwork our diet, stuff like that, Yeah. And then you don't, because we're not. It's not normal for us to see anything different.
I like when he talks about that stuff too,
because it's always in our, especially in especially the Chamorro ways. Just fit in, shut your mouth, don't talk.
I think one episode he talked about people just being ashamed to want to be smart.
Yeah.
And, they look down on, people will look down on you or make fun of you.
It really is the fucking crap pot effect. Like Wilton talks about too on that shit, dude. And it's like, I fucking hate just even thinking about that. That's what happens in our communities, bro, because like when our people are trying to do better for themselves, a lot of times, like the majority of people will try to pull your ass back down and tell you to be humble, bro. Like, I mean, be humble. I haven't accomplished shit. How can I be humble? You know what I mean? And it's that kind of fucking thing, like, and it's shitty, but it's the fucking truth, right? And you know, my father-in-law was saying, it's like Filipinos are the same way. He's like they do the same thing. He's like they're number one at that. Like,
that was funny because I had an older coworker said the exact same thing to me. You know, like a crab in a pot. I was like, huh? What? He said crab in a bucket. I was like, what are you talking about?
It's the same shit. Instead of trying to like, and I'm gonna say this because we have a lot of supporters, like people that support MB, right? So these people, like, there's those, right, that fucking help and push you. They love what you're doing. They push you forward, and they keep, you know, they keep driving you to do better, and because you're helping them be better, or they're doing better themselves, right? And then there's others that they see you getting better, and they hate it, bro. They hate that you came from the same place as them, and they're not changing, but you're changing and you're doing better, you know? And it's a fucking fact. I've seen it straight up. I posted about this too. Like, I've seen it right in front of my face, bro. Like people that I've known forever, but will not support what we do. It's a shame. It's a damn shame, because I'm not trying to do nothing fucking bad. I'm only trying to help. And if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it, and then you feel a different way about me, your problem, not mine. I'm doing better. You might still be in that same place. It's not my problem. I'm trying my best to help as many people as I can. And if you want to stay in that place, you stay in that place. It's not my fucking problem, bro. And I can, you know, and it really is shitty, but that is the fucking facts. And I've watched it and seen it over these 6 damn years. But yeah, I listen to the Patriotic Islander once the episode drops. That's
I usually catch it on the day after it drops. I'll check, because, you know, I go through my routines in the morning when I'm at work, and I see one drops, like, yes. I'll stop whatever podcast I'm listening to. I hit play. Boop. And usually end up liking the episode a lot. It's pretty good ass fucking. He's just check him out. 6 episodes now, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's about 4 to 6 episodes in already. Good fucking, you know, good podcast. And somebody also, like, you guys understand, like, I like Will to start a podcast too, and like drop the knowledge and everything. People been waiting, you know, and it for him to like come out and, you know, do that, knowing it's uncomfortable. Like, it was uncomfortable for him, but he fucking busted through that shit, and he's just doing good things. And that's what we say, right? Like, you got to get a little uncomfortable to fucking make change. And Will's making change by by breaking through that uncomfortable fucking.
He sounds good. He sounds comfortable on the mic.
He definitely sounds like he's
been doing it for a while.
Like a veteran, boy. He's a veteran. Shout out to Patriotic Islander.
They're a good listen.
Yep. And I feel like we're just like kind of all extensions of each other, right? Like, just kind of, you know, especially for the Pacific Island like community. And so I listened to that. I listened to Real AF, Andy Frisella. That's like, I've been listening to Andy Frisella for fucking 4 years now, I think. 3-4 years now. And that's why I did 75 Hard. That dude literally he don't know me, but he's like my fucking dad, bro. Like, and he's like, that dude has changed my life. He changed the way I look at things. Because he's real. Like, he just fucking tells you how it is. He went through the struggle of building his business to be a fucking multi-million business. And he has multiple businesses. But it's changed my fucking life. And I listen to... I'm not saying like I fucking agree with everything he says. He's a wild dude. But he's smart as fuck. And he's just like the rest of us, you know. He just works his ass off. Maybe he's a little bit lazier now, but he still just gets done what he needs to get done. Because he's already fucking rich and he does all kinds of shit. But... and imagine like him changing my life. Like, this is the ripple effect, right? Him or me finding that, right? 75 Hard, by listening to him, has changed so many people like around me too, right? So because I found Andy Frisella, I did 75 Hard, right? And listen to his podcast. I listen to his podcast fucking anytime episode drops. That's the first one that's like first on my list to listen to. It's Real AF. And because I did 75 Hard, you did 75 Hard. My wife did 75 Hard twice. Or we all did it twice. Brother-in-law's done 75 Hard. Fucking...
My wife did 75 Hard.
My brother's done... Your wife's done 75 Hard. My brother's done 75 Hard. A bunch of the boys from TMB, Dom, 75 hard. My brother Ping down in he lives in Salem. He's done 75 hard.
And got abs.
Yeah, and he got abs. And a lot of people have gotten better from that. It's that ripple effect, right? One person finds it, starts to change for the better.
Yeah.
Other people see the results. They want it for themselves. They start acting on it too, right? It's like I fucking said before. They just kind of need an example or that permission, right? Like it's like it's okay to go outside of the norm of what everybody else is doing. It's okay, right? So I listen to Real AF. That dude has fucking changed my life. I listen to Alex Hormozy. Hormozy is another one, like regular ass dude that just fucking made shit happen for himself. And he speaks I like the guys that speak real shit, you know?
Yeah.
And they talk about the stuff that actually like can really connect to what we're trying to do here and the issues that I go through a lot with in my head and in the business that I'm trying to solve. And reframing, that's like one of the biggest things, is reframing a lot of things in the way I see it. And just kind of like taking a bad situation or making something that's come up that seems bad, reframing it to like, what, like, okay, and what? Like, what are you going to do? Like, that's really it. Like, shit happens. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do? Like, that's really it. And it happens a lot. Like,
so that you're not just stuck in the situation and
thinking about it. That doesn't do anything.
Blaming other people. And
blaming other people doesn't do anything.
Surroundings,
What are you going to do? And that's really what I get a lot from him. Like, shit sucks sometimes. This is part of it. Yeah. You know, like, it's going to suck. Shit happens. What are you going to do? Like, you going to accept it? You going to, do with it? Just shit like that. Really. Like, it really is like, it's on you. What are you going to do? All right. You succeed. It's because of you. If you don't, okay, then it's up to you. Like, and then, I mean, Hormozy, I listen to fucking, I don't know if any good ones. Cam Haynes, listen to Cam Haynes a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Another regular ass dude that just does fucking,
Cam
just helps hella people just become better, man.
I like the Cam Haynes. I listen to Mark Bell Power Project a lot lately. Of course, Patriotic Islander. Sally McRae. I don't know what it is about Sally McRae's True Strong podcast, but I've been listening to that a lot. I think maybe because they're a little nicer when they talk, you know? Yeah,
you want the nice. You don't want the real.
She's complete opposite from like Andy Frisella's podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, rah, rah, rah. Yeah. It's like, yeah. I think those are the main ones.
I got two more that are like really big deals too.
Oh, I listen to Rogan just to change things up. Sometimes I need to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I know Rogan's good. I just don't listen to him.
Yeah, but I like when he has like other people on, not just the comedian side, but like other people, like the smart people that come on. I like when he has those guys. Yeah,
I listen to another big one is Bezos Kulian, the BK. I don't think it's called the BK Show or something like that. It was Bezos Kulian. He's another entrepreneur. Dude is monster. Straight up teaches you. He talks about all the shit that he's gone through too, how he's dealt with it. And same thing, reframing your mind, reframing the way you look at things. Nick Bear.
Oh yeah, the Nick Bear podcast.
You gotta listen, like Nick Bear, same thing, man. This dude is like the same age as me, and I really connect with him because he was in the military.
Let's see what I got. Go ahead.
Like Nick Bear is, he's the reason why, like I really like fell into it with running, and why I've become a better runner. Yeah, like an endurance runner. And I learned so many fucking lessons from him because he was in the same place. He was a better runner starting off than I was, for damn sure, already. Because like the dude was a ranger and all that stuff, or he was a ranger and all that stuff too. So I already knew he was a better runner, but he had to learn how to run marathons and how to run it the right way. And he fucking told himself
he started out running like a Hulk through the marathon.
Yeah, he was just jacked,
gigantic, fucking jack dude running a full marathon.
And it's same thing with him. Like it took him a couple of times to get hit times that he wanted for the marathons, and then he goes from that like fucking 3-4 years later running sub 240, like crazy shit, bro. Like so it's just like him going through those processes and then him sharing that same stuff. It's helped me a lot, and I'm able to share my experiences because of him to other people that want to start.
And you're using his products,
and I use the hell out of his products. Like he came out with like
protein, pre-workout, running gels.
I mess with his protein is my favorite protein. I use First Form protein before too. I really like theirs, but I like BPN's flavors. They're protein flavors.
G1M. You still use that?
And I use G1M for runs, long runs, for fueling. They just came out with their their GU gels, their Go gels.
Yeah.
Money, because I've had stomach issues with GU gels when I basically eat more than 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Stomach problems, and those Go gels are just money, bro. Because it's all natural products. It's nothing, no fake shit put in it, so it helps out a lot with digestion and just.
And those are for those people that know, that's what you eat when you're.
Yeah,
you're running.
Yeah, when you're running along, it's a way to fuel instead of like eating stuff. You get some calories and some carbs and some electrolytes.
G1M is what it's like your carb drink.
Yeah, it's like carb drink. So like drinking that right before runs, even during runs, carbs and electrolytes in that too. Those are like the main sources of energy you want to use while you're running.
Yeah.
So we use that a lot. And I just use basic protein, electrolytes, and his G1M Sport and stuff like that. Yeah.
He's good. He's a good podcast though.
Yeah. He talks about his business a lot. He talks about all kinds of stuff. So like really good fucking guys that I like to listen to because they're just sharing experiences, and those experiences actually really connect with what I go through a lot. So
another good one I listen to is New World Old Soul. Those guys are pretty. There's a couple out in Idaho.
Is that the ones?
That's the ones they do like homesteading. I sent them some shorts and stuff for their gear for their run. Yeah, they have a podcast now too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're pretty good. So they talk about just like everyday life stuff.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I listen to.
Well, shout out. Well, there you go. There's some podcasts that we listen to.
Definitely get into it if you're not though, because you learn a lot. Yeah,
man. I think podcasting is really the new. Like new radio, new like TV. Like people don't watch cable as much. I don't think people watch as much cable as they used to. Yeah, I don't watch cable TV at all unless it's football. Like during football season, that's really it. I don't watch no cable. So, podcasting is kind of a thing nowadays, man. And I'm glad that you guys listen to us. If you're on here right now,
shout out to you.
Go ahead. Let's do this. If you're listening to us to this point in the podcast.
Almost an hour or over an hour in.
Okay.
So you're a real one if you're this far.
Yeah, you're a real one. If you listen to us,
JG would say.
If you listen to us this deep into the podcast, go ahead, drop a comment, and we're going to send you a code to get some shit, either for free or
heavily discounted.
And we'll contact you. We'll hit you up. But yeah, man.
Can you leave a comment on Spotify? I've tried looking up how to rate this. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet.
I don't know.
YouTube, definitely.
I've never tried it yet.
Yeah.
I've tried it, but I guess we got to figure that part out too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, got anything else you want to add?
No, it's good. This is a good, kind of a soft, or what do you call it? Soft opening. It's a good test run for our new setup.
Flaccid opening.
Let us know what you think about the setup.
Yeah.
If you want to see anything change, any improvements, because I'm sure it's going to happen again soon.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a good episode. Good. Hope this one helped you guys. And hope that we were able to share something that you connect and help you through your journey.
Maybe leave a like, comment.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
Help share the podcast so we can continue to grow and get the message out there.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing I have.
All right, you guys know the deal. Go out, be your best. Always do that shit. Honest out. Let's go. Said the haters in the mall way before the sunrise. Didn't give us warning. How can this be justified? Evil is amongst us.